What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Everybody that's coming in at the start of the stream, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Anybody that's coming in at the end of the stream and watching the replay, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. Really appreciate all of you. Lakers looked good. I was really impressed. Really impressed with what I saw today. We had some. It was definitely a community effort today. And that was without LeBron and Russell Westbrook as well as Patrick Beverly. And I really enjoyed how the Lakers performed and just stepped up and played in general. I've said repeatedly, I don't really care about the wins. I care about how do the players look that matter. How does this team look that matters? Stuff like that. But of course, it'd be nice to get a win or two, right? It'd be nice to just have that in our pocket as just an improvement from last season. I mean, this team is clearly much better than it was last season. Like that's without a doubt. But just a lot of concerns with like how would this team perform and just for confidence reasons, right? It'd be nice to have to earn a W. But again, overall, like I really liked what we saw today. I really liked what we got from the Lakers today. Anthony Davis was an absolute monster, which is always good, right? That's what you want to see. You want to see Anthony Davis, your best player, be your best player, and that's what he was. Walker looked great. He looked fantastic. I was really impressed and just you really see the length on that guy. 6'10" wingspan, really good defensively, really good offensively. Matt Ryan looked great today. Now, a real shooter. Is he worthy of a roster spot though? Right now is the real question. He tries defensively. He's better than Cole Swider defensively, definitely. And he's been a much better shooter than Cole Swider as of this preseason at least. But is he enough to really do what the Lakers need? Because it's more than just shooting. He would be nice in certain situations, certain key moments, stuff like that. But can he replicate what he did today when defenses are a lot more aggressive, a lot more honed in, stuff like that? That's a real concern for me also when it comes to just Matt Ryan. But he probably is going to get a lot of open looks. Probably is going to get a lot of just easy shots. Period with Russ, AD, LeBron, guys like that. So I think he would be. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving him a chance, maybe putting him on a two-way or something, so you're not like, stuck with him or something along those lines. I wouldn't mind at all. Winning Gabriel again just provided energy. He only played 15 minutes, but still, just every time he's on the court, he's giving you 110%. I really like that. Thomas Bryant was solid in the time that we saw him in. I really like what we're starting to see from Thomas Bryant. Gave us 6 points in 12 minutes, but also gave us 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So he was really key. He was a big factor in that department. And then, Kendrick Nunn, he continues to just show and impress. Seriously, like I was so high on Kendrick Nunn. I have talked Kendrick Nunn up so much, all of those things, and I'm just glad he's making me look good. I'm glad he's not like terrible, because then I gotta like sit there and go, yeah, I know, and like just sit there with like the Kendrick Nunn's playing terrible face, and it's just he's shown the promise. He's shown that he's capable of being that third, fourth guy on this team, a guy that can give you 20 a night if need be. Even on the bench, I think he could give us a solid stat line every night. Give him like 20 to 25 minutes a game. I really think he could give you, 15, 5, and 5. I don't think is unrealistic, or somewhere around there, maybe 15, 3, and 5, something like that. But I think he could be a real solid just player and contributor in general. I think he would be I think he'd be fantastic. Um, Real quick, couple people chat. What's up, KH? Appreciate you. How you doing? Thank you for being here. You run the Lakers Chapo IG page? No, I've never even heard of that IG page. No, the only IG page I have as it stands, IG, but like I almost never use it. I don't really use any social media for this channel period or the ad stands channel period, which I should. It's just a lot of work between YouTube and just work, life, kids, stuff like that. But no, I've never even heard of Lakers Chapo IG page like at all. So no, definitely not me. Who it is, I don't know. Your guess is good as mine. Definitely not me. But to kind of go back and touch on, and sorry, voice, I'm a little under the weather today, but we're here. We're gonna power through it. But yeah, I Kendrick Nunn I think has been a real standout. Um, we got 2 more games left. I'd really like to kind of see the Lakers run everybody these last 2 games. Schroeder should be back, and he should have his first game going into when's our next game? Wednesday, I believe. I think we got 2 days off, so Wednesday. And I don't think it's going to take much for him to get into the swing of things. I really don't. I think he'll be pretty much good to go. He's played with LeBron. He's played with AD. He knows how that works. He's a guy that like Walker. Walker had like 2 weeks where he just like didn't even play basketball. Like that hasn't been the case with Dennis Schroeder. Like he just came back from playing in Germany. On top of that, you got him just working out, and if you saw his vlog video that he posted, I showed a little bit of the clips on this channel, but sorry about that. Something's like stuck over here. But yeah, I showed some of his video from that vlog, and he's playing and training in the Lakers facility, all that stuff, and just he looks really good. He looked really great, and like I just think that that's gonna translate well. I think he's a guy that understands what this team needs, what he wants. As long as he comes in and plays as such and is that guy and comes in and just says, okay, I'm going to give you 100%, this, that, and the other, then I'm good. I'm all for it. My only concern is if he comes in and tries to be, I'm that dude, and tries to do too much. I need him to kind of fall in line, be a part of the team, be a part of the system, do what is necessary from him, things like that. That's what I need to see. I need that, Dennis Schroeder. And if he can come in and be that guy, I think that he was a huge factor for the Lakers. I mean, last time Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis played, the 3 of them were a plus 15 when they shared the court together. That's huge. They were one of the best 3-man lineups in the entire league that season. And I think that will continue to be the same thing this season because they know how to play with each other. They know how to play off of each other, stuff like that. What's going on, Austin? Appreciate you being here. What is up? But yeah, in general, I really like what we're seeing. Again, I say it all the time. Let's not get too high on the highs, too low on the lows. Even the win, as good as it was to get a win, I don't want to be too like, see, I told you type thing. Like, I don't like it's a preseason game. It was good that we were competitive pretty much start to finish and won majority of that game with their starters. I mean, Jordan Poole and Steph contributed for 49 points or something like that. So like it wasn't like they played 5 minutes and had a bad game. No, like they had their guys playing. Yeah, they didn't have Clay, they didn't have Draymond, but still, like they ran everybody else, played Steph and Jordan a pretty good amount of time. All of those things, I think, all of those things are important, and just helps us build our confidence, help build our team, and just moving forward because we got to play those guys. We got to play those guys come the 18th. So it was nice to see this, but we still need to get that win when it matters. You know what I mean? We need to get that W when it counts. As great of a win as this was. Again, just don't want to get too high on it. But Alexander, Lakers look really good right now. The intensity they play with is refreshing after last year. facts. Not speaking for preseason, but what this team can be. Yeah, no, in general, and that's my thing. Again, I don't want to be too high. Like, oh, look, I told you, Lakers are a lock. Like nothing like that. But what we are seeing is all stuff that can translate into the regular season. Like this isn't a hot streak. This isn't like, you know what I mean? Like you see some teams and you're just like, all right, like there's no way they're going to be able to sustain this. They're just playing lights out, things like that. That's not what this is. This is like the Lakers are winning on just like work, moving the ball, playing team defense. The help defense has been great. Like they look like a team that could be a legit defensive team. Yes, they miss a couple assignments, have a couple backdoors, stuff like that. They got to guard that pick and roll better. But still, it's one of those things like that I think will sew up a little bit come the regular season. Because, like you see it with not just the Lakers, but all teams. Like two guys are going for the rebound, but one guy's got better position. That guy will let the guy with better position just get the rebound. Where in like the regular season stuff, they'll actually fight for that rebound, fight for the ball. And you don't have to worry about that here. Like that's not a preseason. I'm not trying to hurt you. You're not trying to hurt me. You got the rebound. You boxed me out. Good. It's yours. Where in the regular season, you might see them fight a little more over that. Same thing with defense. Like, I'm going to go and I'm going to, move with you. I'm going to stop you. Oh, you beat me. All right, I'm not going to try to like take your face off because it's the regular season, stuff like that. You want to keep things, you want to keep guys healthy. You want to keep guys in order. So I do imagine once we get to the playoffs, some of the stuff that looks like, oh, you could do that better, I think they will. But nonetheless, I mean, it's been very promising what we're seeing. I really love what we're seeing from this team. I hope they continue. I hope that they continue to improve. And I really do believe that they will. It's just a lot of promise for this team. I'm very excited for this team. Intel coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Braun 80 Russ, traded or not, Nunn, Walker Reaves, Dennis, Pat Bev, Anderson, etc. looking solid. They are. I mean, we look like a legit team. We look so good. And I've been preaching this over and over and over again. This team has so much potential and could be so, so good. Again, I'm not saying that we're a contender. I'm not saying, lock it in now, anything like that. But I'm saying we are going to be a good team. We're going to be good. We got good coaching. Everyone knows their assignments. Everyone seems to like each other. I've done entire video breakdowns comparing this team to the bubble team. This team is better than the bubble team. And granted, we got to see how the chemistry builds and stuff like that, because that's always a factor. But if they can build the chemistry they had in 2020, this is a better bubble team. And I think that they can. I think that they can be. You get us to the playoffs and we're playing the way that we're playing, and Russ is working and thriving. Anthony Davis is playing like a monster. LeBron James is being LeBron James. I'll take our chances against any team in the league. I don't believe that there's a single team in the league that we can't beat if this team is playing up to par, up to snuff. I really believe that. I think this team has all the potential this season. I really do. I really like what I'm seeing so far. But yeah, I mean, seriously, we're looking very solid, very good. But Intel, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That is right, Emily. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff. Share with a friend, tell a relative, dog, whatever. Let them know. Subscribe to As It Stands Lakers. I really appreciate that. We're at 4720. Can we get to 4725? That'd be nice. Let's do that. Let's get to 4725. I'm sure there's 5 of you that are not subscribed, so subscribe to the channel. Wasn't able to watch the game, but I know Jordan Poole went off. Yeah, so Jordan Poole and Steph combined for what is like 49 points, something like that. So they played good. Like it wasn't like the reason I was so high on this game, Lakers looked good even with everybody playing. And just sorry, trying to multitask real quick. I need some watts or some H2O. So trying to get somebody to come bring me water real quick. But yeah, I like over like Steph, Poole, everybody played really well. We still stuck with them. We still looked good. We squeezed out a win. I like that. Even the starters came in the third quarter, kind of, went on a little bit of a run, got the lead back, and we stuck with it. We could have easily gotten blown out by 30 again, but no, we didn't. We stuck with it. Darvin Ham actually ran some lineups and stuff and stuck with some guys. I think Darvin Ham wanted to get this win today. But more than anything, like my biggest thing about that is, thank you. My biggest thing about that is, sorry, had to get some water. Like I said, throat was a little groggy today. So, but my biggest thing about that is we didn't have LeBron James and we didn't have Russell Westbrook nor Patrick Beverley. And usually when we don't have LeBron James, the team looks awful, and that's almost always a guaranteed L. And that wasn't the case. I really like that. All right. That's better. What a promising Lakers show tonight. Just wow. Seriously. They look great. They really did. They looked fantastic. I was so impressed. Again, without LeBron James, out Russell Westbrook, without Patrick Beverley, 3 guys that are rotation guys. Still don't have Schroeder. Still don't have Brown. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. We shot 44% from 3. I'm not saying we're going to do that every game, but can we shoot like 36% from 3? 35% from 3? Like that would be like middle of the pack. That would be great. I've been saying this over and over again. We got real shooters on this team. As much as people think that we're going to be terrible, we do. Like Kendrick Nunn was 38%. Walker has had seasons where he shot 40% from 3. Patrick Beverley has shot 38% from 3. We got guys. Anthony Davis has shot 36%. LeBron shoots 36%. Like we have guys that can knock down the 3 ball. It's just, can they be consistent with it? Anthony Davis worked with the lethal shooter this offseason. Last time he did was the bubble year. And look at Anthony Davis now. He needs to keep working with the lethal shooter every single year. Just keep, because you can just see it in his shot. You can just see that Anthony Davis has that shot down. And it's really nice. Really nice to see. Defense. Yes, defense is key. I liked what we saw defensively today. I really did. Good things happen when you make your free throws. Yes. And they were what? They were like 17 for 18 or something like that. Right, let's see exactly what they were. I know they were like 90% from 3 or from free throws today, which is good. Yeah, so they missed who missed the free throw? It was Nunn. Nunn went 1 of 2. He's the only one to miss a free throw. Everyone else made their free throws. So that's good. So I like to see. And look, Nunn's a good free throw shooter. So him missing a free throw every once in a while, I'm not worried about that. But yeah. What else we got? Darvin is just a hell of a coach. You could tell they respect the hell out of it. Agreed. And I've been saying, like, coaching is huge. You have no idea the impact that a coach can have on a team, on an organization. Darvin Ham has done in a week what Frank Vogel couldn't do in the entire year with some of these guys. I mean, obviously most of the roster is a new roster and stuff, so we'll see. But like even Russ, like what he's been able to do with Russ in a week is just very promising, very telling. But yeah, you could see this team really believes in each other. This team really seems to ride with each other. I mean, you see the bench just going wild, going crazy, high energy, all of that stuff. That was 2020. I mean, everybody standing up every time somebody made a shot and just losing their shit over it. Like that was that chemistry, that brotherhood, that stuff like that's just, I really think this team could make some noise this year. What is going on? Appreciate you all the way from Chile. You was looking for a 3D. I gave you the name Matt Ryan. Yeah, hey, Matt Ryan is looking good. Defense, not so much, but the three's there. Yeah, Matt Ryan looks very solid. He was shooting the lights out. My only concern with him is, can he do that consistently in a regular season game? He averaged 19 a game in the G League. He's shot pretty well so far. Not like tonight. Tonight was just, he shot lights out. But can he? We don't need him to shoot, 90% from 3 or whatever it is. We don't need that, or 80% or whatever it was tonight. You don't need that every night. Obviously, if he has a night like that, then great. But if he can be around like 38%, I think the Lakers should sign him. I think they should at least give him a shot. Doesn't hurt. He's better defensively than Cole Swider. Clearly, he at least tries, moves his feet, stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm not against it. I don't want to call him a sniper yet. I just, one game is I need to see more. I don't mind it. Obviously, the Lakers are high on him because they brought him in, right? But I mean, great example is Bacon, right? Bacon came in 6 minutes, put up 11 points, like missed one shot, had a couple of like looked like he's a superstar in the making. And then the next game he got ample minutes, 21 minutes, and put up a big old goose egg, and just nothing. Was just awful. Just looked lost out there. Ryan, I'm not saying that Ryan will do that, but I'd like to see a little more. We got 2 more games. I'd like them to give him a little burn and a little run. Good size, 6'7". So he's got some size to him. Got some length, stuff like that, and looks really good shooting the ball, which I like. Even the Clippers, they're stacked. I like our chance against the Clippers because here's the thing: like Clippers don't have size. Like they're very deep, very deep. But outside of Zoo, who's their next big man? They got 2 rookies, but that's it. Like our advantage is our front court. That's why we need Thomas Bryant. We need Damian Jones. We need Anthony Davis to have monster games. If we can do that, I like how we stack up against the Clippers. I like our guard play against them. We have 2 superstars. They have 2 superstars. Their advantage is on the wing. Our advantage is big man, is down low with just the size, just running size on them. Can we keep that? Can we take advantage of that more than they take advantage of their advantages? If that makes sense. That's what it comes down to. But the Xbox Junkie coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. Ryan had one good game in the preseason. Don't overreact, team. There is a reason he hasn't been on a major roster before. His defense was mediocre. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's my point exactly. Like, look, maybe there's something there. Maybe he really is, a great shooter and can maybe be a great contributor. But like I said, I need to see more. Like I compared it a minute ago to Bacon. Bacon looked like a superstar in 6 minutes. Just dominant out there. But I said he's playing against the end of the end of the end of the end bench guys. Not only playing the end of the end of the end of the end bench guys, but he's also, also dealing, just getting this like small little steps. Anybody could light it up, once, stuff like that. We see it all the time, even with guys that are out of the league. Like guys have came in the G League in one game and just looked like, wow, like why hasn't this guy played forever? Like it happens. I like Ryan. I like his shot. I like his size. Defensively, he's not great, but he at least tries and he has size, which is good. Because I mean, look, Buddy Hield, guys like that, they're not going to play defense either. If we're bringing in a dead-eye shooter like that, we're not bringing them in to be a defender. Also, we're bringing them in for specific assignments, right? We need you to come in, knock down 3 or 4 threes a game, and, you're going to play probably 12, 15 minutes, and that's it. That's what they'd be looking for Ryan for. Can he be that? I don't know, but I personally need to see more. I need more of a sample size. I need to see them be able to have him show me more. We got 2 more preseason games. Let him run with the starters. Let him run with some of the bench guys, and let's see what he can do. If he can, and I'm not saying he has to go 6 of 8 or whatever it was. Like I don't need that necessarily, but can he consistently knock down 3 or 4 threes a game on a respectable shooting? If he can, I'm more than happy to bring him in. But the Xbox, thank you so much again. I really appreciate that. An excellent point. Intel coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Again, thank you all so very much. I really appreciate you. AD was great. We know he can do it. Who can do that if healthy? Lonnie to me looking great, driving to the basket or from 3 and none. Yes. So Anthony Davis, you said it best. If he's healthy, good luck stopping him. I mean, he's one of the biggest mismatches in the league because everyone his size isn't quick enough to stay with him. Everyone that's quick enough to stay with him isn't his size. So he's just a really big mismatch. And I think that him being that big mismatch he's our X factor. He's our biggest contributor. We're going to go as far as Anthony Davis can take us. We know he's going to miss games. That's fine. But he needs to play a majority of those games. He needs to, we can't have him playing 40 games and expecting us to be a contender. I do think this team is good enough to where if Anthony Davis misses, say 10 straight games, something like that, I think this team is good enough to win a fair amount of those games. Same thing if LeBron James misses. Now, again, you don't want them to miss, large sample sizes. But if we're coming off of a back-to-back, right, and you want to rest AD and LeBron, I think this is a team that's good enough to go get that second win on the back-to-back. Like, I really do. And I think we're going to be in a very good – we're going to be in a very good position this year. I really like what we're seeing. Lonnie looks great. His size, I've talked about it, 6'10" wingspan. You see that on the defensive end, deflecting passes, blocking shots, just disrupting passing lanes, making defenders uncomfortable. He was doing a great job, running the carousel with Steph. And then on top of that, you had, him getting to the basket, finishing, knocking down shots. If his three ball starts hitting, watch out. Look, Kendrick Nunn shot 38% last time he played from three. Lonnie Walker has had games where he shot 40%. If they can shoot anywhere close to that this season, they're going to be huge contributors, huge factors. Look, I said this, I don't even know how many times, but it's true. Look, having Lonnie Walker on this team, the Lakers scouting team said he's a guy that we need, that we're going to give our taxpayer mid-level to. The Lakers have consistently proven that they have an eye for finding guys, and consistently have shown time and time again that they can find those little diamonds in the rough, those guys that nobody thinks of. They've proven it. And so they think Lonnie is a guy that they can really kind of integrate into this team and integrate into this offense. It could be a real factor for him. You got to trust that. And he looks great. He's looking great for us so far. Again, a couple preseason games, don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows, but it's hard not to be excited for what we're seeing right now. Seriously. But again, Intel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. There might be a silver lining for this team. Do you think they do good in the regular season and prove that Rob Pelinka is worth the contract? Absolutely. I've said, and I still stick to it, I think this team wins anywhere from 52 to 55 games. I think, and that's, it could be anywhere from the 4 to 6 seed. I also don't think the Lakers care as much about seeding. I think they just care about like getting into the playoffs. So if say there's 3 games left, the Lakers are locked into the 6th seed. Even if they lose all 3 games, they're still the 6th seed, but they're only a game out of 4th or 5th. Now, I don't think the Lakers are going to try to kill themselves to go get that 4th or 5th seed, because I don't think they ultimately care. I think the way that they're looking at it as, if we're healthy, we're going to beat any team in front of us, whether we have home court or not. And so, and that's kind of how I look at it too. I don't care. I just need them healthy. Get to the playoffs, be healthy in the playoffs, and we'll be fine. But yeah. Matt Ryan got hot, and Darvin said he may have gotten himself a job, spot 15 already, or someone getting cut. I mean, look, he might maybe get the 15 spot. I'm sure Darvin Ham's going to let him play a couple more times. Word was that Matt Ryan was one of the finalists for that 15th roster, that final roster spot. So maybe, but I'm sure Darvin Ham's gonna have him run the next 2 games a pretty decent amount of time and kind of see what he's got. But yeah, I think if they bring him on, they'll bring him on as the 15th spot. what they could do also if they needed somebody or say a trade happens or something like that, they could always just kind of downgrade uh, Christie. Sorry, blanked on that. And have them drop down to the affiliate to kind of free up that spot. So they have options. I'm not going to fly to your house to bring you water. Stop texting me. Sorry, Blecka. It's okay. I got somebody else to bring it to me. I appreciate you. But loyalty and friendship clearly isn't enough for you to fly to me. Bring me some water. Selfish. Darvinham subbed the right guys in and out at the right times. He's good. He's good at making adjustments. He's good at lineups. And look, he's just trying to figure out what he has right now. So just wait till we get to the season and he actually knows, okay, these guys are best against this team. These guys are best against that team. He's going to do a good job. Kawhi will get injured again. I mean, look, Paul George and Kawhi cannot stay healthy. And I've said that, like, as sad as it sounds, like, we might not even have to worry about the Clippers if we were to end up playing them. What do you think Golden State's going to do with Draymond? Did you see Kevin Looney's comment on it? I did not see his comment on it. But nonetheless, I don't think they're really going to do anything. I think Draymond left the team for 2 weeks, and that's going to end up being the thing that to kind of sweep it under the rug. And then by the time he comes back, this will all blow over. No one's going to worry about it. Maybe the Warriors suspend him for like 2 games or something like that. Whatever. But I think ultimately it's not going to have an impact, not going to have an effect. I don't think they're really going to do anything. Now, could they end up moving him? Possibly. But I don't know. I don't. I think if Draymond leaves, I think it's because Draymond leaves. Maybe they don't want to give him the money. That could be something. What's going on, Shaw? I appreciate you. What's up? Even though Malik Monk was really good for us last year and a few bright spots, I feel K-Nunn could be even better for us as a better overall player than Malik. Oh, he's hands down a much better player than Malik Monk. Malik Monk is great, but he's very one-dimensional. You know what you're going to get with Malik Monk, where Kendrick Nunn can do everything Malik Monk can and then some. And he's a better shooter, which says a lot because Malik Monk was a great shooter for us last year. But you look at the statistics, he's a better shooter. So, yeah, I definitely think he's going to be better. Eddie Winoff, he looks like 2020 AD. And the last time he worked with the lethal shooter was 2020. I've talked about that. I'm telling you, we're going to see. Look, Anthony Davis hears the murmurs. Anthony Davis knows what this season is about. Anthony Davis knows all that stuff. I'm telling you, we're going to see a dominant Anthony Davis. Can he stay healthy, though? If he could stay healthy, this team is scary. The 2020 year, Anthony Davis only missed like 9 games, something like that. I mean, granted, there was like a 3-month layoff. So who knows if he would have only missed 9 games at that point. But nonetheless, I mean, he was in single digits at that point, which is almost the entire season. So he needs to stay under like 20 games. If he can stay under missing 20 games, I think one, he has a chance to win the MVP, and 2, I think we're going to be very good. I think we win a lot of games this year. Lonnie VIP. Hey, Lonnie's great. I love it. Hi, what's going on, Mr. 81? Appreciate you. MVP, yeah. Lonnie has a ton of potential. Thoughts on Max Christie? I think he has a high ceiling, showing confidence for a rookie. I love Max Christie. I have talked so highly of Max Christie. Watch that kid play. He's 19 years old, and he's already like a real defender. I mean, he is like on it. Like his length, his nose for the ball, his feel for the defensive end, just his grit, fighting through screens, stuff like that. I mean, the first play of the game, or after the turnover, was that Jordan Poole shot. Christie stays in front of Poole, Poole tries to shoot up over him, and he just blocks the shot. Like, just boom. Like, and then you see him like sticking with all these guys. Like, defensively, Christie is great. I mean, really good. I think worst case scenario, he's like a better Tony Allen. like where he's your lockdown defender. But I think Max Christie could be a better scorer, and he's longer, little taller, stuff like that. I think he could be like a Tony Allen worst case, which Tony Allen was a very good player. Best case, I mean, who knows? He's 19 and he's already playing like that. The offense is going to come. His shot, it's going to come. He shows confidence. I actually wouldn't be shocked if they give Christie some rotation minutes. I don't think he's going to play like 30, 40 minutes a game or anything like that. But I could see Christie being a guy that, maybe plays 5-10 minutes here and there just to get a feel for the game. Also, early on, say it's like, you need a stop or two to go in a halftime, throw Christie in. Let him guard a Clay Thompson or a Lillard or something like that. Let the young buck just go ham. Let the kid just, exert all that energy on those guys. Like I am all for that. I am all for them giving him a chance here and there. Now, obviously, you don't want to I wouldn't put him in crunch time. It's like there's 3 minutes left. You're down 2. Let's put the kid in. No, but I do think I do think it's possible for him to find minutes. I am really high on Max Christie. I really like what we're seeing with Max Christie. Seriously, I think he has a world of potential. But yeah, great question, Victor. Intel coming in hot again with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. If we play the Warriors in the playoffs, Draymond will hit AD in the balls. Very likely. Very likely. He's not the cleanest player ever. Look, believe it or not, I am not very worried about the Warriors in the playoffs. I think we match up well against them. And it's not even because of this. Again, I'm not even taking, I've said this. I mean, I have the receipts on this channel. Talked about the only 2 teams that worry me are the Clippers and the Warriors. It's the only 2 teams I'm a little worried about. One, because the Warriors are the Warriors. They just have that pedigree. But I love how we match up against them. I think we match up very good against them. And then the Clippers primarily is just because they might be the best team on paper. It's just, can they stay healthy? That's the Clippers' biggest problem. I mean, they have the superstars, they have the depth, they have everything. They don't have the size, which is why I think the Lakers match up well against them. We kind of, I mean, look, we match up well against all the teams. But yeah, if we play the Warriors in the playoffs, Draymond's going to be Draymond. Draymond's going to be Draymond for sure. Definitely. But again, Intel, thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate it. What else we got? Do you think there'll be a silver lining to this team come the start of the regular season? Do you think they'll do good and prove that Pelinka is worth the contract extension? Yeah, I think they're going to be great. I really do. I think this team is going to be very impressive. I think look, I've said it. It's on the record. I still think the Lakers beat the Warriors the first game. The real test is going to be the Clippers the second game. Can we win both of those games? I really think we beat the Warriors opening night. I've said it even before this game. It's on the record. Nunn and Reaves did great at managing pace of the game and not too many turnovers. Agreed. I even said in my video where I was breaking down, made it earlier before this live stream, right after the game. I said Reaves, like if you just look at the box score, you think, oh, Reaves didn't do much, but he did. He did a lot. And he's just such a smart player. He really is. He's just such a really good, he just does everything right. You know what I mean? He's really good. I really like it. He has his little moments here and there, his little blunders and stuff, but that's just, everyone does. Even the greatest players in the league do. But he doesn't try to do too much. He understands his role. He knows what is needed from him. I'm very high on Reaves. Get those likes up. That is correct. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. What are we at? We're at, let's see what we're at subscriber wise and likes wise. Let's get those. Let's set a goal real quick before we get on out here tonight. So we're at 46 likes. Can we get to 100 likes? Hit that like button. Really does help me out a lot, and I'd really appreciate that. And then subscribers, if this thing will load, tell you how many subscribers I have. We're at 4720, and there's 115 of you. Can I know there's at least 5 of you that aren't subscribed. Can we get to 4725? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. And thank you, SM. I really appreciate that. Feels like my gut. AD already made more threes in the preseason than he did last year, the regular season. I know about the wrist injury and lethal shooter thing, but that's crazy. Dude, he's been great. I still, and I even said this, like the wrist injury, I don't know how much of that I buy, but hey, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And look, whatever he did, whatever it was, whether it was the wrist, working with the lethal shooter again, whatever it was, Davis looks good. If he can replicate his shooting that he's done this preseason, we're good. We're really good. Dropping my like. I'll watching later. Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate you. I'm sure you're probably already gone by now. But if you're still here, thank you. If you're watching this on the replay, appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really do. I already answered that. Tonight I saw Davis of the bubble. Yeah, I agree, 100%. I really like what I saw from Davis. Yet we allowed a lot of buckets. It's the Warriors and it's preseason. Like I said, teams aren't trying as hard as they usually are. I wonder how much of that is like just equated to preseason. Matt Ryan is a lethal 3-point shooter. Yes, he is. He looks very good. Again, I don't want to get too high on him. It's one game. I need to see a little more from him. But I like what I'm seeing. I like what I've seen so far. I really do. But do you like that drop coverage Darvin is making AD play? I feel like people like Curry, Dame, Trae Young, that might not be the best case in my opinion. So I wanted your thoughts on it. I don't mind it. I don't think it's going to be a regular thing because Darvin Ham right now too is just testing stuff. He's just trying stuff, looking some stuff out. But yeah, you don't want to do that against the elites in this league. But I think it's just about. I think one, you can kind of get away with it a little bit with Anthony Davis just because of his length and his size. But I imagine that he's just trying stuff out. Hey, let's test this. Let's test that. Let's come over here. Let's test a little bit of this. Just things like that. It's preseason. This is the time where you're going to test and try different things, right? Because you want to get this all figured out by the regular season. So, some stuff because there's some things like I watch. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then I think about it. I'm like, it's preseason, Like this is your time to try to work through that. What else? Matt Ryan better get that last roster spot. I wouldn't be against it. Again, I want to see a little more because same thing I was saying about Bacon. I was in a live stream. I had many people saying the same thing about Bacon. And I was like, let's give it a couple games. Let's see what he can do in ample minutes, stuff like that, in a more significant role. And Bacon was awful, and they cut him immediately. Not saying that that's going to be the case with Matt Ryan, but I'd like to see a little more of these next two games from Matt Ryan. I really like what I'm seeing from him. I wouldn't be against. Look, if they signed him today, if they said he's the last roster spot, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be like, oh, what are they doing? No. I am all for it, but I'd like to see a little more. One, good game. And I'm not even saying he has to shoot 6 of 8, but can he consistently these next two games knock down, 3 or 4 threes on a reasonable clip, 36, 37%, something like that. I don't expect him to shoot, 80% from 3 like he did today or whatever it was, or 75% or whatever. Lonnie reminds me a lot of Russ, so I'm not sold on him yet. You got to understand, Lonnie, I don't know why I said Ronnie. Lonnie didn't do training camp. Lonnie didn't play for 2 weeks. All that stuff. He's played 2 games. He's came in and he's looked great. I expect him to look a lot better. I think he's only going to improve, but I really like what I'm seeing from him. As it stands, who should start, Jones or Bryant? I think Bryant personally in the starting 5. I wouldn't mind Jones starting. From the sound of it, it sounds like Darvin Ham might play Davis at the 5 more than we think. I thought the whole point of Jones and Bryant was so Davis almost never had to play the 5 except for a couple different things. But I if he does play the 4, I imagine Jones. I think Jones you bring off the bench. I think Thomas Bryant would help more with the starting lineup. Although you can make an argument, you know, it's better to have Bryant come off the bench because then you have that shooting and that floor spacing big. So you always have like an Anthony Davis or a Bryant on the floor, just that hustle, high energy guy. But the reason I like Jones is I really think our second unit is going to be about just pace. Fast break, go, 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 go. You get the ball, just go. Boom. I think that he's going to have Dennis Schroeder or Russ or, you know, whoever. Just go. Run. I need you guys. I think we're gonna be, I mean, we were top 5 last year in fast break and fast break points, as old and terrible as we were. I imagine we're top 3, 2. I mean, the last year the Grizzlies were number 1, which makes sense. They got Ja and a young team. We should be, I think, at least number 2 or 3 in the league this year, and I think a lot of that is going to be with our bench. So I think Jones would suit that better. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Looking for here we go. Love Matt Ryan's confidence and attitude when he plays, even more so than his shot. He carries himself like he's pissed, unlike Swider, who's timid and overthinking each shot. Yeah, that might just come with experience, though, too. You know, Matt Ryan's he's played in the league with the Celtics a couple of games. I mean, he played the last game of the season for the Celtics and actually was pretty decent. He's played, 2 years, something like that, in the G League. So I think it's just he understands how this works. Is kind of my thinking, but I really like Matt Ryan's confidence as well. I think he could be a huge contributor. Coach Ham is making the right rotation at the right time. Agreed. Thoughts on Shaq Harris? I mean, I'd like to see him a little more. I mean, we got to see him a little bit. He had that nice pick and just easy layup. If I'm being honest, I don't think he has a chance. I think he's more of does he have potential in bringing him on to the affiliate, bringing him on to the G League team. That is what I think he's more likely to be for this team. But I mean, he had a couple nice moments today. I'd like to see a little more from him. He didn't play much. He played 7 minutes. But in that 7 minutes, he had a couple nice plays, couple nice moments. So I think there's potential there, definitely. He's got good size too. Clippers lost Hartenstein. Yeah, he went to the Knicks, right? What else? Lakers need shooting. It's worth taking a flyer on Matt Ryan. I'm like I said, I'm not against it. I'd like to see a little more. I want to see a little more consistency. That's my only thing. Just consistency is key. Troy Brown, I mean, you could play him in several spots. I mean, you could have him at 2, you could have him at 3. Look, if Darvin Ham ends up going the 3 guard route with LeBron and Davis playing the 4 and 5, then Troy Brown and Toscano Anderson and guys like that, they might play more minutes than we think. I really think Darvin Ham is going to go deep. I think Darvin Ham's going to go he's probably going to run 11 to 12 guys a night. That's, the Bucks are a team that does that. The Warriors do that. It's kind of like the new standard now. So I do think that's the case. So I do think that there's minutes for everybody. Darvin Ham has already said he wants to keep LeBron, Anthony Davis, and, Patrick Beverley, the older guys. He wants to keep their minutes down. And I think the way you do that is you go deep. And I think this team is good enough and deep enough to do that. So I think that that's a huge benefit. So I do think Troy Brown will get some minutes. Some guards got to go. I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out in the regular season, but I think there's plenty of minutes for everybody. If Darvin Ham does what he wants to do or operate the way that he seems to want to operate. If it doesn't work out, you can just waive Ryan and sign a buyout guy. I mean, it depends on the contract that you give him, but I mean, I'm not against giving him a shot, not at all. Problem is you don't want to run the risk of, if he's not a guy that you're very confident in, you don't want to sign him. And then because you got to remember, in like a couple days, we're gonna have all kinds of people getting bought out, and so are you confident enough that he's a guy that no matter who gets bought out, you'd rather have him? That's a big thing. Like, uh would you rather have Matt Ryan over like say Rudy Gay, or like, let's say a Jay Crowder. I actually think Jay Crowder's going to Miami if he gets bought out, but you never know. Like, do you leave the roster spot open for one of those guys in case somebody says, hey, I want to go to Lakers? So I'd like to see a little more, is my only thing. That's it. Um, Finally, a win after 10 preseason losses. Look, I don't really count last year. Last year was a bad year. This year, like I said, I don't really care about the wins or losses. I care about how do we look? What does the team look like? How are we playing? The guys that matter, at least, how are they playing? How are they looking? And every game we've looked great. We're still undefeated in the first quarter when we play our starters. So that's good too. But again, I only care about the like what we're doing with the guys that matter. That's all it is. But I'll take the win. I don't want to get too high again, but I'll take the win. Only saw the fourth quarter. How did our ball movement go this game? Did they do a good job keeping turnovers low? So we had 17 turnovers, so no. That was a little too many turnovers. But ball movement was great. This team really shares the ball very well. Our ball movement was good. Just a couple, miscommunication plays, trying to force stuff and inside, especially early on. They were trying to force the ball to Anthony Davis a little too much, and he had a couple like just careless turnovers because of that. So, I think we're fine. I liked what we saw, but all right. Let's power through a couple more of these comments. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go about another 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna skate on out of here. Just because, like I said, my throat's a little groggy, feel a little under the weather. So I just wanted to do the post game live stream like I always do. So power through some of these. If you have a question that's dire and you want me to answer and you want to skip the line, super chats like Intel and others have done. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go in order. So littering and none for reddish clouds. So like, look, I have been extremely high on Kendrick Nunn. I do understand the reasoning and logic behind trading Nunn for Reddish. Now I wouldn't do it because now you've actually gotten to see Nunn. But there was a lot of questions about Nunn. Reddish is a much bigger need. But I've always been so high on Nunn. That's what I've said. Like, I am so happy that Kendrick Nunn worked out because I have talked him up so high. Like, I'm glad he looks good. Nunn is nice. Facts. He is. He really is. Cole Swider fell off. Yeah, I mean, look, he's just not consistent right now. To be fair, he he did the same thing last year in college. He started the season like 0 of 14 from 3 and still finished with like a 50% 3-point percentage. Just cuz he's very hot and cold. When he's on, and that kid can't miss. But when he's not, he's not. Problem is we need more consistency. Cole Swider's probably going to be like a why am I blanking on his name from Miami? Duncan Robinson. I see him as like a Duncan Robinson. A guy with size that can knock down the three, but when he's not knocking down the three, he is unplayable. That's what I think Swider is. Swider to me is Duncan Robinson. When he's lights out, and you can't take him off the court. But when he's not, he's a liability, which is my problem. I like Max too. If he gets a jump shot, start falling, he's going to be a beast. Agreed. And that, like I said, that'll come. He's 19. He's a kid. All of that stuff is with time. He'll pick it up. What do you think the starting lineup will be opening night? Against the Warriors, I actually think Davis starts at the 5. I actually think against the Warriors, what they'll do, I think they'll go LeBron, Davis, maybe Walker. Yeah, I could see LeBron, Davis, Walker, maybe Bev and Westbrook as the starting 5 for opening night. Um, yeah, I think that would probably be the starting 5 for opening night because I wouldn't be shocked if Ham plays Davis at the 5 against like the smaller teams. Like I think if we play the Clippers, he starts at the 5. If we play the Warriors, he starts at the 5. If he plays like I don't know, like the Hornets or something like that, he starts at the 5. But I think if he plays like the Sixers, I think he starts at the 4. If he plays like the Nuggets, he starts at the 4. Because I just think he's not going to want him to get banged up. Is what it is. The Xbox Junkie coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Swider will get better overtime G League for now. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you throw him down to the G League. You let him kind of work it out. You know, you let him get confident, get comfortable. You build him through your franchise, through your organization. You'll be good. He's going to be an asset sooner or later. Like I said, when he's on, and he's really good. But he's got to learn the flow of the game. He's got to learn how to use his size. He's got to learn how to, find ways to be effective outside of just shooting. I mean, there's a reason that he went undrafted. I mean, he's arguably the best shooter in the draft this year, and nobody gave him a shot. And we're seeing why. Because when he's not shooting lights out, he's literally unplayable. So that's a big thing. But the Xbox Jug, thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat again. Thank you. Swiderman, Swiderman does whatever a Swider can. I'm already afraid of losing Nunn next season. That's why I'm hoping how we get it done this season with this loaded team. I hope so too. And Lakers, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Lakers have his bird rights. So they could always sign him to go over the cap if need be. Ham might be the best since Phil. I am so high on Ham. I was high when we signed him. I've hyped him up. I've talked about him. People told me I was an idiot. I was like, just wait and see. We'll see. And so far, he's made me look good. He's made me look really good. I do. I really like him. 80 was pure balling today. Facts. Toenail Clippers will lose, get injured again. Very likely. Look, if we, as long as we don't play them within the first 2 rounds, we're good. Because they probably won't come out the second round. Matt the Optimist, Ryan. Westbrook, Nunn, James, Davis, Jones, starting lineup, opening night. I wouldn't be shocked. That's not a bad lineup either. I think the games that Westbrook or Davis can play at the 5, I think that they play him at the 5. Like you might be spot on. That might, because I mean that was the starting 5 that they were running in preseason and stuff. So that might very well be the starting 5. But I wouldn't be shocked if the first 2 games of the season against the Warriors and the Clippers, they start Davis at the 5 because he would be going up against Wiseman and probably Wiseman. They probably start Wiseman. So yeah, he'd be going up against Wiseman and Zoo. Like he eats those 2 alive. And look, I mean, if they don't start Wiseman and they start Looney, then he's going to eat Looney alive. So I think those matchups, we see Davis play. Where's your boy Jake 2.0? That's the other Lakers channel. If you're not subscribed to that Lakers channel, go subscribe to that Lakers channel. It's called AIS, The Lakers Show. I started a Lakers podcast with a buddy of mine named Jake, and we do videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noontime, and then he posts clips all the other day, 7 p.m., not noontime. Sorry, tired, little under the weather. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and then every other day he posts clips. So, but all right, let's do a couple more, and then I'm gonna get on out of here, rest up. how will Ham maneuver his 8 guard rotation come regular season? I hope he doesn't play Westbrook too much to give other guys a chance. He has 13 guys at rotations or play time. I really do. I think he goes deep. I wouldn't be shocked if certain matchups, certain teams, he goes like smaller lineups, even and just kind of has like a running gun switchable lineup. Because as many guards as we have a lot of guys that just have good length for guards. I mean, even like Patrick Beverly has a 6'7" wingspan. You have Dennis Schroeder, he has a 6'8" wingspan. So I mean, they can guard guys bigger. Troy Brown, guys like that. I think it depends on the night, depends on the matchup, stuff like that. Matt Ryan reminds me of Ryan Anderson. He's a shooter. The Lakers need. Yeah, he looks good. I want to see, like I said, I want to see a little more from him. Agree. Consistency will tell Matt Ryan's story. Facts. I agree. Um, who should start at the 2 during regular season? Kendrick Nunn or Austin Reaves? I would go Austin Reaves because Austin Reaves plays so good with the starters. And Kendrick Nunn, I think it'd be nice to have his shooting, but I think you just let him come off the bench and just kill everybody off the bench. But I really don't think you go around either way. Personally, I just think like if it came down to those two, I think you start Reaves and you have Nunn come off the bench. Um, but I wouldn't matter. I wouldn't matter regardless. I think Kendrick Nunn is the better option. Like I think like if you're trying to put your best starting 5 out, then yeah, I think Kendrick Nunn. But I think Reaves, like to maximize Reaves, I think him playing with the starters would be the best for him and for the starter. He plays really good off of LeBron and everyone. So none at the 2. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's a wrong answer either way. Um, Reeves' numbers will be the same starting or off the bench. But yeah, very likely. I was very Nunn curious for a year now, even as many people calling him for a trade all summer. I was thinking we should see Radio first. Now we're seeing that now. Yeah, I have spoken so highly and talked up Nunn so much. I'm just glad he's making me look right. I'm just glad he's making me look good. He is. Said it perfectly, Matt. He is a bucket, an absolute bucket. Doesn't deserve to be on the team. He seems to be lost. Even his passes, most of them aren't very tentative. I think he's overthinking. Yeah, I mean, look, he's a rookie. That's what it is. He's not NBA ready. I've been saying that from day one. He's not NBA ready. I think he has a lot of potential. I don't think he's ever going to be a starting point guard in this league, but I could see him being like a Trey Jones. Um, I think he's a guy that could play that role, being a really good, solid backup point guard, a guy that can run your offense, knock down shots, make plays, stuff like that. I think he could be very good. Give him a couple years. Give him 3 years. I think he'll be very good. Um, in 2020, Matt Ryan went undrafted, but his senior season college shot 35.9% from 3. So yes, he's a decent 3-point shooter. Yeah, he is. He is. He has the opportunity, but I want to see more. I really do. I want to see a little more. What I want with Matt Ryan is not the 6 and 9 3-pointers, but his pressure packed free throws that sealed the win for Lakers. Yeah, look, I just want to see exactly. I mean, I want to see him cool, collected, under pressure. I need to see more from him. I don't need him to be 6 and 9 every game, stuff like that. But I need to see consistency. I need to see him be able to deliver just that night in and night out level of play. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here, everyone. Sorry, it's been over an hour. I see some people trickling in that I recognize. Shout out to all of you. Thank you all so much for coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this channel. We're at 4721. Can I get to at least 4725? Don't think somebody else is going to subscribe. I want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Help me out. Helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate you all very much for hanging out with me and just having these talks. I'm really excited for the Lakers this year. I cannot wait. But I will see you guys all in the next one. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel on your way out. Thank you, everyone that gave me super chats. I really appreciate you. Seriously, it means a ton. Thank you, Xbox Junkie, Intel. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next one.